Now that I've watched The Boroughs, here's my full review of the series. Now, when I first heard about this show towards the end of last year, I thought it was pretty interesting. And then when I saw the cast, I was very intrigued. And I'm kind of confused as to why it took me until now to see, even though it just came out a couple days ago. I should have watched it immediately. But overall, this show was really, really good. Like I said in my review for the finale that with how self-contained the story is and how the message is about basically not taking your life for granted and time being a gift and just living life to the most. I just think that is such a brilliant message, and me personally, I really don't want whatever mysteries this show, whatever other mysteries this show has, for it to further explore. I feel like obviously with them teasing that, from what it seems like, Sam is gonna have, I guess, the powers of Mother. That could be interesting, but I just really don't want. I really don't want that story to be this story to be tarnished, because I just feel like the way that the story was told, I just think it was just told so beautifully. And and speaking of the cast as a whole were just so phenomenal. Alfred Molina, this entire cast here, they were just so incredible. I definitely think like everyone, the whole dynamic of all the characters, they were just so incredible. Sam and Wally, I think their dynamic was just really, really cool. And Wally was obviously the comic relief of the series, but I just really loved how we got to see that bond between the characters go through it, and you could tell that these characters are basically a family. Like they are writing for each other, and I love how this felt like. I love, obviously, with it being produced by the Duffer Brothers, you're gonna feel a sense of like of Stranger Things vibes with all the mysteries that's in this show. But I really loved how like this, instead of following like a group of teenagers, this followed like a bunch of elderly people, like figuring out like how are they gonna try to figure out a way to figure out this mystery. And I think it was just handled so well. The character dynamics were really, really cool. I did not think I was gonna love Paz and Renee's relationship, but that was like definitely a highlight for me. I really loved their dynamic. And I if we do get season two, I'm very excited to see what that will explore. Again, I even though that kind of goes back on what I was just talking about when I said I don't want to see a second season of the show, but if it does, I'd be intrigued to see what happens. Seeing Wally kind of be the character that is like he's okay with kind of experimenting on Mother, and seeing that he does want to use it for good intentions and not for the selfish reasons that Blaine and Elise had. That because obviously he has cancer, he has a good reason for not wanting to try to want to use Mother for good, and seeing him come to terms with the fact that okay, he is gonna die and that he's accepted it. I think that was such a beautiful way to handle that whole storyline as a whole. And then also when it came to other dynamics like Judy and Art, I the fact that the events of this whole show kind of bring them back together to really falling in love with one another again. I think that was really, really interesting. And so, like obviously Judy and Art's actors, they were just incredible. Like you really can't go back. You really can't say anything bad about their acting as a whole. Like I just really loved, and also the Bill Pullman's character Jack, even though he was only in the first episode, I really liked how we kind of got to see how time is affecting for people, and I just really loved all these characters as a whole. I loved seeing them on screen and everything, and when they were together, I just loved their dynamic. Now, with the actual mystery of this show as a whole, with the spider, with the monster spiders and stuff, I really enjoyed the mystery. Like the moment we get our first tease of the spider at the start of episode one, and at the end of episode, and at the start and end of episode one, I was immediately hooked, and you're immediately hooked into like the thought of like, okay, what is up with this town? What is up with this community that has these monsters? And I just really loved how they were able to weave it all together, and how again immortality and the theme about time and how time is slipping away from you. I think that's such an interesting like theme, and how it was so well integrated to how the themes of real life, and how in the show Sam, he really just couldn't let go of the fact of losing his wife. He couldn't let go of Lily, and I really loved that final scene between them in the finale where Sam was able to told Lily, "We'll see each other again soon." And I just think that was just really, really good. And again, the whole plot of this show was just really, really beautiful overall. On the screen right now, you can see my overall ranking of the Boroughs. And again, like this show is just really, really cool. If you are looking for a new type of mystery show, I highly recommend this show for its writing, for its incredible casting, for its set design, for its look, for its visuals. I just think this show is just for the theme. I just think this show is just such a really good show to watch, and I would highly recommend it. If you have already seen the Boroughs, let me know down in the comments what you thought of this show, and if you want to see and if you are excited to see what other shows I'm going to be reviewing, make sure you check a like on this video and hit subscribe so you will not miss my reviews for future shows. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Josh from Rage Reviews, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.